Basic principle of tidal power. Tides are produced mainly by gravitational attraction of the moon and the sun on the water of solid earth and the oceans. About 70% of tide producing force due to the moon and 30% by sun. The moon is thus the major factor in the tide formation. Surface water is pulled away from the earth on the side facing the moon, and at the same time the solid earth is pulling away from the water on the opposite side. Thus huge tides occur in these two areas with low tides at intermediate points. As the earth rotates, the position of the given area relative to the moon changes. Thus a periodic succession of high and low tides are produced. Following points have to be specifically noted in connection with the tidal phenomena. 1. The tides are a periodical phenomenon, but no two tides in any cycle are alike. Since the relative position of the sun and moon and the distances from the earth are continuously changing, the tides are also influenced accordingly. Of the two high tides in a single day, one tide is higher than the other in any month. The tides on the full moon day and no moon days are particularly higher than the rest. There are These are the terms as spring tides. These higher than the rest. These are termed as the spring tides. The mean tidal range varies from place to place. The shape of the tidal cycle depends upon the interaction of the sea with the coastline. In spite of their complexity, the tides are amenable to mathematical analysis. As a result of the exact time and water level for the high tide as a low tide can be forecasted with great accuracy. Next part is energy utilization. It is, if possible, an UTC plant should be less than about 30 kilometers from shore. The electricity generated is easily transmitted inexpensively to land by submarine cable at somewhat greater distance. The transmission cost would be increased but might be tolerable. One suggestion is to use direct electric current to decompose seawater by the process of electrolysis. The main products would be hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen would be liquefied and transported by the tanker to the point where it could be used as fuel. Alternatively, the hydrogen could be combined with the atmospheric nitrogen in form of ammonia to use as fertilizer, thereby saving natural gas, which is presently the main source of hydrogen for this purpose. Tide is periodic rise and fall of the water level of the sea. These are caused by the gravitational action by sun and moon on the water surface on the earth. Tide energy occupies a significant portion of all such energies which are renewable in nature. It has been estimated that about 1 billion kilowatt of tidal power is dissipated by friction and eddies alone. Next, we are going to see the tidal power plant, its components and its operation. The components are the three main components of a tidal power plant: the powerhouse, the dam, barrage, sluice gates in the base, that is to the sea as well as from the sea. Dam, barrage. The function of the dam is to form a barrier between the sea and the basin, or between one basin and the other in case of multiple basins. Tidal power barrages have to resist waves whose shock can be severe. The barrage needs to provide channel for the turbines to pre-stressed or reinforced concrete. Flatness is required for the sea bottom. Sadly, bottom usually necessitates pilling. Construction of barrage usually will influence the tidal amplitude. The tidal barrages require sites where there is a sufficiently high tidal range to give a good head of water. The maximum useful range is around 3 meters. Gates and locks. Tidal power basin has to be filled and emptied. The gates must be opened and closed rapidly. This operation should use minimum power leakage, which is tolerable for gates. And barrages. In the existing plants, vertical lift gates have been used. Flap gates are gates that are positioned so as to allow water into the holding base and require no mechanical means of operation. Flap gates allow only in one direction of the sea to the basin. Since basin level rises well above the sea level, as ebb follows, flow area is far less than flood area. Next, the important part is the powerhouse as well as the turbines. So look at the sketch of this turbine installed here. Here there will be a barrage at the left end of the turbine house, which allows water to flow in. Then comes in the turbine blades mounted on a shaft, that is runners are mounted on a shaft, which in turn is connected to the gearbox and finally to the generator. And on the top there is a gantry crane for maintenance to remove the blades, turbine wheels as well as for maintenance. Then comes the transformer, that is to take power from the generator. Then there is a gantry. So this is a small dam setup. It's a dam-like setup. Here, when the water flows through the sluice gates into the turbine, how the turbine area, that it rotates the runner. Then it moves to the other side of the sea. As it moves up, as the waves come in, tides hit the blades, turbine blades will rotate and it will produce energy. So in olden days it was one directional. Now the latest techniques have been developed for reverse directional flow also. We can generate power. So this is the tidal powerhouse setup. Then we shall see the energy and power from the waves. So waves are generally sinusoidal type of waves, which is having crest and trough and wavelength, amplitude. So we will be treating it as the sinusoidal wave equation for the energy possessed. As the waves move along the length, that will be possessing kinetic energy, and the up and rise and fall will possess potential energy, which will be seen in the later slides. The powerhouse here, the turbine electric generators and other auxiliary equipments are main equipments of the powerhouse. The function of a dam is to form a barrier between the sea and the basin, or one basin and the other in case of multiple basins such. The sluice ways are used either to fill the basin during the high tide or empty during the low tide as per the operational requirement. There is a gate controlled device. It is generally convenient to have the power houses as well as the sluice ways in alignment with the dam. If the small heads only are available, large size turbines are needed. Hence, the powerhouse is also large structure. The French and Soviet operating plants use the bulb type of turbine for propeller type. The reversible blades bulbs have horizontal shaft coupled to a single generator. The bulb type turbine is an axial flow turbine made of the steel shell containing an alternator and a couple-on turbine. It is placed in a horizontal hydraulic duct and entirely surrounded by water. A shaft provides communication with the engine room of the power plant. The set function as the turbine and as pump and regulates the flow in both directions of flow. Tides to the reservoir basin and reservoir to tide. Schematic layout of the tidal powerhouse is shown in the figure. The alternator is directly coupled to the turbine and turns it at the some pressure. The turbine is a couple-on wheel with 4 mobile blades and guide vanes. The group functions as a turbine and in the direction sends basin to the sea. The finishing power is reverse C to the basin direction. Functions as a pump in the direct sense. So in the sketches, the various types of single basin arrangement of operation of the turbine water turbine powerhouses are shown in the figure. Single and double type both are available. The sketch you can see the single type. As the water rises, it will be allowing water to get into the basin, and as the tide goes down, the gate opens and it will allow the water to flow back. So during you can generate power from a turbine, as well as during out also you can generate power. So this is a simple single basin type of arrangement. Then the waves and tides are different. Here wave energy, advantages of wave energy, you are going to see the advantages of wave energy and disadvantages of the wave energy. Wave energy comes from the interaction between the winds and the surface of the ocean. Wave energy is due to the periodic to and fro, up and down motion of the water particles in the form of progressive waves. Ocean waves have both potential and kinetic energy. The height of the waves depends on the wind velocities and depth of ocean. The advantages are relatively pollution free and renewable energy source. After removal of power, the waves are placed in state. Wave power devices do not require any large land area. The system not only produces electricity but also protects coastline from destruction action and large waves, minimizes the erosion and helps create artificial harbors. Lack of dependability. Relatively disadvantages are lack of dependability, relatively scarcity of available of sites as large wave activity. The construction and conversion devices are relatively complicated. The devices have to withstand enormous power or stormy season, large capital investment, and cost of repair, replacement, and maintenance is more. Next, we are going to see the advantages of disadvantages of tidal. Advantages and disadvantages of tidal power. The tidal power is completely independent of precipitation, rain, and its uncertainty. Large area of valuable land is not required. It is inexhaustible and renewable source of energy. It is free from pollution. When a tidal power plant works in combination with thermal or hydroelectric system, peak demand can be effectively met with. The net cost of power generation is quite low. Disadvantages and limitations. Due to variations in tidal range, the output is not uniform. Since the turbines have to work on wide range of head variation due to variable tide range, the plant efficiency is affected. There is a fear of machinery being corroded due to corrosive seawater. It is difficult to carry out construction in sea. As compared to other sources of energy, the tidal power plant is costly. Sedimentation and situation and siltation of basins are the problem associated with the tidal power plants. The power transmission cost is high because the tidal power plant are located away from the load service centers. Next, we are going to see the wave energy conversion devices. Wave machines or devices are basically employed for energy conversion form of waves. The fluctuating mechanical energy from the wave machine is modified to drive a generator. The wave energy is in the form of motion of water particles. The potential and kinetic energy in water is converted into mechanical energy by using energy converters. They are known as wave devices or wave machines. The conversion is done by any one of the following methods. Wave machine drives gear and electrical generator. Wave machine drives air compressor, hydraulic pump to store energy in tanks, drives and other machines for energy conversion. The wave device may be placed in the ocean in various possible situations and locations. The fluctuating mechanical energy obtained modified to smooth out to drive the generator. Classification on the basis of location: offshore or deep water devices, shoreline devices. The offshore wave machines, the cost of installation is and operation and transmission is quite large. The shoreline machines are cost of installation and maintenance is low. On the basis of position with respect to sea level, floating devices, submerged devices, partially submerged devices, submerged and partially submerged machines with having benefits have the benefits of easing maintenance and have poor or worse stream conditions. On the basis of actuating motion used by the capturing of wave power, heaving floating type, pitching type, heaving and pitching float type, oscillating wave column type and surging devices. First we are going to see float wave power machine. Float wave power machine, it has a piston, square float and 4 buoyants with air storage tanks, 4 vertical manifolds and inlet check valves and outlet check valves and compressed air. So the wave motion is primarily horizontal, but the motion of water in the primarily vertical. Mechanical power is obtained by floats making use of the motion of water. The concept of visualizing large float that is driven up and down by the water within relative stationary gates. The reciprocating motion of is converted into mechanical and then electrical power is generated. The figure shows the Martin float wave power machine. Construction. It consists of a square float which moves up and down, 4 vertical manifolds which are the part of platform guide into floats. A piston attached to the float compresses the air in the cylinder which is stationary with the platform. Piston cylinder arrangement acts as a reciprocating air compressor. Working. The downward motion of the piston draws the air into the cylinder via inlet check valve. Upward motion compresses the air and sends it through the outlet check valve to the 4 underwater floating tanks. Via the 4 manifolds, the tank serves as a dual purpose. The buoyancy air storage tank and the 4 manifolds serve the purpose of floating guides and discharge pipes. The compressed air in the buoyancy storage tank is then used for driving an air turbine, which in turn runs the electric generator, and electricity is transmitted to the shore via underground cables. Next, the single basin arrangement. The barrage type the basin from the sea. The sluice way is operated during high tide to fill the basin. The turbine generator units are mounted within the ducts inside the barrage. Powerhouse is built on the barrage. A single basin tidal power plant cannot generate power continuously. In these plants, pump storage capacity may be incorporated to fill the water to a high level enough and empty the basin to lower level. A pump storage is useful with load. It fluctuates considerably. Potentially, it is provided to rise and fall of the tidal waves. This is usually done by locking the mount of narrow estuary with a dam across it, thereby creating the reservoir. The dam or barrages are a number of sluice gates and low head sets. To improve the efficiency and remove the disadvantages of the single barrage system, we go in for a double basins arrangement. In this scheme, single basin is divided into two basins called as high basin and low basin. These basins are separated by means of a partition barrage. The main barrage is built between the sea and the two basins. The high basin gets periodically filled up during high tide with ocean water through sluices. Low basin gets periodically emptied by the flow of ocean trough sluices during low tides. Turbine generator sets are installed in the partition barrage. Water flow from high barrage to low barrage is through turbines. This flow is controlled such that continuous power is obtained from the plant without waiting for tide sequence. The high beam acts as an energy reservoir. Advantages. The following are the advantages and disadvantages of the tidal power plant. Advantages. Tidal power are completely dependent of precipitation and its uncertainty. Large area of valuable lands are not required. It is inexhaustible and renewable source of energy. It's free from pollution. When a tidal power plant works in combination with the thermal or hydro power system, peak demand can be effectively met with the net cost of the power generator is quite low. Rim type turbines. The important turbines used are shaft turbines. Rim type turbines are straight flow turbines. The generator is attached peripherally to the turbine blades arranged. The arrangement couples two turbines of conventional type to one generator in a hydraulic system. Up to 6 turbines are coupled to hydrostatic pumps and to drive a Pelton wheel, which in turn drives a high-speed generator. Operation. The generation of electricity from water power requires that there should be a difference in level or heads between which water flows. This flow of water runs in hydraulic turbine. The power generation from the tides allowed flow between the artificially developed basins and the sea. Next, we are going to see the energy from the wave. That is, there are two types of energy available. That is potential energy, kinetic energy. Potential energy, that's the height of water in the waves. That is nothing but it's derived from mgh, and potential energy from the formula mgh. And the kinetic energy, that is half mv square. Both equations are applied to this sine wave theory, and from that sine wave theory we are getting it as 1 by 4 g rho alpha square, where g is the gravitational force, rho is the density of the water, and alpha is the wave amplitude. So by applying both these equations, you can get the potential energy available in the energy in the waves, and as well as kinetic energy available in the waves. Two types of energies are available, so that can be harnessed by special floats and special arrangements. Next, we are going to see float type. Float type waving machine. Now we shall see the working of the float wave power machines. The working. The downward motion of the piston draws air into the cylinder via inlet check valve. The upward motion compresses the air and sends it through an outlet check valve to the four underwater floating tanks via the manifolds. These tanks serve as the dual purpose of buoyancy and air storage tanks, and the four manifolds serve the purpose of float gates and discharge air pipes. The compressed air in the buoyancy storage tank is then used to drive to the driver of an air turbine, which in turn turns an electric generator, and the electricity is transmitted to the shore via underwater cable. Limitations: waves are not perfectly sinusoidal. Linear array of several kilometers are provided. Linear arrays of several kilometers are required to produce 100 megawatts. Aspiration of water into intake system and submersion by large waves. Water entering turbines designed to withstand storms. Transmission of power to shore. Marine growth. Next வந்து நாம் பார்க்க போகிறது high level reservoir wave mission. In this system, an hydraulic pump is operated by the motion of buoy to raise the water to offshore reservoir. The water in the reservoir is made to flow through the turbo generator to generate electricity and then back to the sea level. So it's a simple hydraulic pump operated by a float buoy. Then comes the widely used type of wave power machine, that is dolphin type. Dolphin type is the widely used wave machine, and that here from the sketch you can see the dolphin is nothing but a float which is our shape which will be about to float up and down, as well as it can heave sideways also. So it is called a dolphin. Then it has a connecting rod and two electrical generators. So for one moment one generator will generate power. For other moment another generator will generate power for up and down movement. This device is mostly used. Most of the famous wave machines is this type of one. This is the dolphin type. This device uses the float, which has two motions. The first is the rolling motion about its own fulcrum with the connecting rod. The revolving movement is caused about between the float and the connecting rod. The other is the vertical movement about the connecting rod fulcrum. It causes the relative revolving movement between the connecting rod and the stationary dolphin. A stationary generator installed in the top of the structure collects wave energy from the connecting rod, and with rolling motion, this generator has a gear arrangement which rotates the rotor to generate electric power. The buoy or the float, which is at the other end of the connecting rod, floats has two motions, namely rolling and oscillating motions. The floating generator collects wave energy from the buoy through a gear arrangement and generates electric power continuously. So here the wave, which has two motions, that both the motions have been harnessed by this buoy or the dolphin buoy or the float. So it's a very famous wave machine, mostly applied in many countries, mostly utilized in many countries. Next is the heaving type, floating type. A float buoy is placed on the surface of the water, heaves up and down with a motion due to the rise and fall of the water level. The rising vertical motion or downward and upward is used to operate the piston of the air pump through the linkage. The pump may be anchored or marooned to the seabed. Several float air pumps are used to store energy in the compressed air storage. The compressed air is used to generate electricity through air turbine coupled to generator. Power may also be extracted from the buoy by means of internally suspended weight, free to swing but with high inertia. Energy is extracted from the different motion of buoy and pendulum. In another version, the hydraulic pump is operated by a motion of buoy to raise water to an on-shore reservoir and pass it through the turbo generator to generate electricity. In another design, a submerged flexible tube attached to buoy is used as air pump. The motion of the buoy stretches the tube increasing its volume and provide the pumping action. Since the power generation is very low, we use the air compressor principle or hydraulic pump principle to generate power to utilize the heaving or moving action of this pump. Next is heaving and pitching. So upward and downward movement is called pitching and sideward movement is called heaving. So wave has both the types, both the motions. So we have to utilize both the powers. So we are having this type of floats, heaving and pitching. Heaving and pitching action motion of the float can be utilized to extract energy. Scheme diagrams of heaving and pitching devices are shown in the figure. The given system consists of three pontoons which move relatively to each other in the waves. A damper plate is attached to the central pontoon, which ensures that it stays still in the fore and aft pontoon move relatively to the central pontoon by pitching about the hinges. So the portions that is on the frame of this called as pontoon, and the pontoon are nothing but the resting portion of the hold or the devices on the floor of the machine. So these pontoons on the move supports everything and gets the action to be converted into power. Next we are going to see pitching type of wave machine. The schematic diagram of pitching type is shown in the figure. Pitching type devices. There is a duck or cam which makes the action to be done, which is a series of ducks are fixed to the pump, which are fixed to the wave machine. The waves strike horizontally on the floating piece or the flap, causing it to deflect. In one such model, several cams are shaped, that is known as nodding clucks. Each hinge is a common flexible linkage to the spine of to form a nodding duck assembly. The wave entering from left enters the beak of the duck in the direction of motion. The duck swings backward and with the trough of the wave once and the peak has passed over, then it oscillates about its axis. The shape of the duck is optimized to extract maximum power. The ratch and wheel mechanism is convert the motion of these ducks to common shaft. Power collected by the individual ducks is thus pooled to drive the generator through linkages and gears. The main advantage of the system is that during unusual large waves, the ducks will flip off and recover again. In another design, pendulum flap is hinged to the opening of the terminated rectangular box, and the action of waves caused it to swing back and forth. This motion is then used to power a hydraulic pump and generator. Then next we are going to see the oscillating type water column. The schematic diagram of oscillating water column device is shown in the figure. The device comprises of submerged concrete or steel structure which has an opening to the sea below the water line. Thereby enclosing a column of air above the column of water. The wave impinging on the device causes the water column to rise and fall, which alternatively compresses or depressurizes the air column. The air is allowed to flow through the turbine, which drives the generator. The specially developed axial flow Wells turbine, which operates with other direction of airflow, is used to extract energy. With either direction of airflow is used to extract energy. Conventional unidirectional or air turbine is rectified with rectifying valve can be used. Main advantages: the air velocity can be increased by reducing the cross-sectional area of the air channel. Thus, the slow wave motion can be coupled to high-speed turbine motion. The generating equipment are kept away from the immediate saline water environment.